Hello friends, this is Yogesh Murumkar. Today we are going to see how to install Hadoop single node cluster on Ubuntu 16.04 operating system. So for doing the same, what we are going to require is we are going to require Hadoop software, and the prerequisite for installing uh, Hadoop on Ubuntu is Java. So we are going to require Java also. So the first of all, you should check whether Java is installed on your system or not. So how to check whether Java is installed or not? The command is java space hyphen version. So if it is not showing you the version of Java, it means the Java is not installed. So you need to install Java first. So that is the prerequisite for installing Hadoop on your system. So we are going to install single node cluster. So Java is necessary. So first of all, what you do, you run this particular command sudo apt -get install. We will install update. So what we are going to do is we are going to install Java first. So before that we are running this particular command. So it will check whether all updates are installed or not. And one more thing is you should have internet connection. So I am already connected to my Wi-Fi here. That is also needed. So whenever you are running apt-get install command, the necessary thing is you should be connected to the internet. Let's see what happens. So put the password here. Password is wrong, again right. So it is saying unable to locate package update. So I have type and get update. Yeah. So it is sudo apt-get update. So it is going to update the installed packages, or it will automatically update the broken packages if there are some packages which are broken. So it will take some time. So what you should note is you should have internet connection for doing this. So it is still showing as 0%. So it depends on your internet speed how much time it is going to take. And after doing this update, then we will actually type the command for installing Java. So that is the next thing we are going to see. And the important thing is to install single node cluster of Hadoop on your system. You should have Java 6 plus versions. So we have updated. The packages. We have run the command called as sudo apt-get update. Now we will actually run the command for installing Java. So the command is sudo apt-get install default Java. So let's say yes to it, and it will install the default Java version. It is going to take it as Java. It should take Java 7 only. So let's see. So sudo apt-get install default JDK. So this is the command to install Java on Ubuntu operating system. So let's see what happens, which version it is going to install. So friends, you can see it is being downloaded. Java is being downloaded. So this is what happened after firing this particular command sudo apt-get install. So it is still installing. So it has completed 99%. So only 6 seconds are remaining. So after this we will check with the command java space -version, and then we will check whether it is going to show the Java version or not. So if it shows Java version, that means Java is successfully installed, otherwise not. So let's hit it finish, and then we will check whether Java is successfully installed or not. So it is unpacking the fonts and those things. So again it will take some time. So after that we will check. Till then whatever the file we are going to require, that I am going to share in the description. I will share it, and in the description I will give you the link where you can download the required software. So I'm going to tell about that thing also, from where to download that particular software. Okay, it is setting up the OpenJDK JRE headless, and it is updating the paths. So you can see it here, and it is done, processing the triggers and done. So yeah, it is completely done, successfully done, no errors are shown. So let's check whether Java is successfully installed or not. So to check whether Java is installed or not, type the command java space -version. So yeah, it is showing the version as 1.8. So it is 1.8 actually. Java 8 it is installed by default. Now after installing Java, we will move the next step. That is, we need to create one dedicated user for performing all the operations on Hadoop. But for creating a user, we are going to require a group. So that's why what we will do is we will create a group first, and then we will add one user to that particular group. So to create the group, we have command sudo add group. So for example, the group name is, we will keep it as Hadoop. So sudo add group Hadoop. So this command is going to create the group. Just type the password and enter. So adding group, so it is added. Now what we will do, we will add a user to that particular group. So sudo add user in group. The group name is Hadoop, which we have just now created. So sudo add user -- in group Hadoop, ADOOP Hadoop, and then the username. For example, the username I am creating is HD user. So let's check. So adding user, so give the password, retype the password. So full name and these things not to give it, just say yes, type enter. So the user Hadoop is created, and we have created, sorry, the user HD user is created, which is added to the group Hadoop. Now what we will do, to use the word sudo before any command, we need to add that particular user to sudoers list. No, first of all, why we use sudo word before any command? Because whenever we want to run a particular command as a super user or sudo user, at that time only what we do is we use sudo keyword before that particular command, and only those users can use sudo command who are added to sudoers list. So as we are going to require to use sudo before any command, what we are going to do next is we are going to add his HD user to sudoers list. So to do that one, the command is sudo add user, username is what, HD user. So sudo add user HD user sudo. So this is the command to add HD user to sudoers list. Why to add to sudoers list? Because I want to use sudo keyword. Whenever I will log in as HD user, I will run some commands, and while running those commands, what I am going to do is I am going to run those commands as sudo user. So to do that, we need to use sudo keyword before the commands, and for allowing that, we need to add HD user to sudoers list. So this is the command to add HD user to sudoers list. So yeah, it is showing adding user HD users to group sudo. So it is done. Now after that, what we are going to need is we need one package of SSH, that is secured shell. So to install a package, we will fire this particular command, sudo apt-get install. The package name is OpenSSH.
OpenSSH server. So why we are going to require this package is we need to require we need this particular package to log in. SSH stands for secured shell login. So sudo apt -get install and the package name. So just type this command and enter. So say yes. So whenever we are using sudo apt -get install command, at that time we should have internet connection. So it is 8% completed, 12%, and it is showing this much of time is remaining. 59 seconds, 1 minute. Yeah, so it should not take that much of time to install. So let's see how much time it is going to take. So this is the command sudo apt -get install OpenSSH server. So this is the command to install SSH package, that is secured shell. So these are the prerequisites which we need to for installing single node Hadoop cluster. So first thing we have already done, that is installation of Java, and we have created a user called as HD user, and we have added that particular HD user to Hadoop group. And after that, what we have done is we have added HD user to sudoers list, so that HD user will be able to use sudo keyword before any command. And sudo keyword we use before any command because we want to run those commands as super user. So okay, that is done, I think. Yeah, so it is going to finish the installation of OpenSSH server, that is SSH package, that is secured shell. So it is processing triggers, setting up the OpenSSH server. Now it should not take that much of time. Yeah, it is done. Now what we will do is, now let's log in with HD user, and now let's generate a key for HD user and add that key to authorized keys. So first of all, log in as HD user. So to log in as HD user, we have command su space hyphen space username. So su space hyphen space HD user, password which we have given earlier. So now you can see earlier the username was yogesh, now the username is HD user. So this is the command to log in with another user. In our case it is HD user. Just type cd. Typing cd means we are going to the home folder of that particular user. So I am in the home folder of HD user. You can see it here. Now we will type this command ssh -keygen -t rsa -p, and then double inverted comma. So ssh -keygen -t rsa -p. So why we are firing this particular command? The reason is we need to create a key. So ssh stands for secured shell, keygen means generate the key, -t means with time, rsa is the algorithm which will be used for encryption and decryption. So we want to encrypt our key, so we are going to create one public key. That's why we are firing this particular command. So RSA is nothing but the algorithm. RSA stands for Rivest, Shamir and Edelman. These are the names of three scientists who have created that particular algorithm. -p means with password. I am not giving any password, so just type this command and enter. So what it is asking, enter file in which to save the key. So by default it has taken this particular path, so no need to enter any other path. So by default it is going to take this path. So just type enter. So this is the generated key. So if you can see this kind of output, that means it is okay. Now the next thing is, what we are going to do is, whatever the key that is generated, we are going to add that particular key to authorized _keys file. So just for that particular thing, what we will do is we will type this command cat $home. $home is nothing but environment variable. Typing $home is same as typing /home/ that username. So cat $home.ssh slash id underscore RSA, where our key was earlier saved. So I am talking about this particular path. So this path you can see. So I am typing the same path only. Either you type $home or you type /home/sduser. It is one and the same. So cat space $home /.ssh/id underscore RSA dot pub means it stands for public. So that is the public key. Now I want to move that particular key to this particular path. So $home, this is the environment variable, /.ssh/authorized underscore keys. You will have to type it, authorized underscore keys. So this double greater than sign is called as output redirector. So we are just redirecting that id underscore RSA.pub file to authorized underscore keys file. So it is done, no error is shown, that means it is okay. Now let's try by logging to localhost. We will check whether that particular SSH is installed properly or not. So to check that, just type SSH space localhost. So it is saying, are you sure you want to continue connecting? So just type yes. Okay, so if you see this kind of message, that means SSH is properly installed. Now to exit from that, just type exit. So it will show you logout and connection to localhost close. So why we have done this? Because we wanted to check whether SSH was installed properly or not. Now from this step onwards, we are going to install Hadoop. So to install Hadoop, first of all we need to download the Hadoop software. So I have already downloaded that particular software. So you can see it here. So this is the software which I have downloaded. So to download the software, you can go to this mirror site. So how to download that? This is the link which is given. So just go to www.apache.org or just copy this particular link. I am going to share this link in description. So I will show you how I have downloaded. So just copy that particular link and you will see this kind of page. Just click on the version which you need. So which one I had downloaded? I had downloaded Hadoop 2.9.0. So just click on it and download this particular file, hadoop-2.9.0.tar.gz. gz is a zip file, that is gunzip. So we have already downloaded it, so no need to download it again. So we are going to use the same file. So this particular, both the links are used for downloading the Hadoop software. So I am going to share these two links in the description. So this is the software I have downloaded. After that, we have copied that particular software on desktop folder. So what we are going to do is we are going to extract that particular software. So to extract Hadoop, first of all check on in which folder the HD user is currently working. So to check that, just type pwd, it is present working directory. So it will show you that present working directory is /home/SD user. Now my Hadoop software I have copied it on desktop. So I should go to desktop. How I can go to desktop? So cd/home/yogesh. If I go to this particular path, you will get desktop folder here. So cd desktop. So here you will get Hadoop folder. So this is a file which we have downloaded. This is software. This is a zip file which we have downloaded. Now I need to extract that particular file. So to extract that, the command is tar-xvzf and the zip file name. So the meaning of this particular command is, why we are using tar? Because it is an archive file. You can see it here. It is a .tar file. And -x means extract, v means verbose means to see, and z means zip, and f means file. So extract verbose zip file. So this is the meaning of this particular command. So just type this command and enter. So it is going to extract that particular zip file. Okay, it is showing as permission denied. So what we need to do is just type sudo before that particular command and it is asking for a password. Just type the password. So now it should extract that particular zip file and it should create a folder. So let's check whether it has created the folder or not with ls command. So ls, so yeah, we have got that particular folder, Hadoop dash 2.9.0, after extracting this particular zip file. So that is okay. Now what we will do, whatever the folder we have got, we are going to move that particular folder to user local path. So to do the same, we will use mv command. Mv stands for move. So sudo mv, which folder I want to move is Hadoop 2.9.0. So sudo mv, where I want to move it, destination path is user local, and I am going to name this particular folder, that is Hadoop dash 2.9.0. I am going to name it as Hadoop. Just type that particular name. So mv is nothing but move. So we are going to move this particular folder to user local folder, and we are going to name it as Hadoop. Just type enter. So it is moved. So you can check it now. It is not here. It is that particular folder. This particular folder was present earlier. Now it is not present here because it is moved to /user local, this particular path. So after moving that particular Hadoop folder to user local, we will move to the next step. The next step is to change the ownership of that particular Hadoop folder which we have moved just now. So to change the ownership, we have command sudo chown -r, then username hd user, and the path of the folder for which we want to make Hadoop hd user as the owner. Sudo user and local. So I have already explained the commands which we need for installation of Hadoop. I have already explained these commands in one of my videos. So sudo chown -r hd user /user. The meaning of this particular command is I want to change the owner as hd user for this particular folder. So sudo chown -r hd user space /user /local. So after typing this command, just enter. So after this point onwards, hd user is going to be the owner for this particular folder, that is /user /local. So whatever there in local folder, hd user is going to be the owner of that particular folder. So there should not be a permission denied message later on. That's why we have done it right now. After this, we need to edit some files. So the first file which we are going to edit is bash.bashrc. So to open that particular file, just type sudo space file name. So nano is the editor to open that particular file. So sudo space nano. Either you can use nano or gedit also. I am going to use nano. Let's try what happens with nano. And then /bashrc. So this is how you can open that particular file, bash.bashrc. So I am going to open it. Now what you need to do here is you need to add one line. Go to the end of this particular file and you need to copy something. So what to copy here? So whatever the things we need to copy in this file, you will get it here. So just copy. So this file also I am going to share with you people. So just copy this particular all these lines in bash.bashrc file. Just copy it. So what are these things? These are the environment variables. So you can check Java underscore home. This is the environment variable. So there is one change. I think we have installed Java 8, so this should be 8. So just save it and now copy it. Copy. Now go to that particular file and just check So this is what you can see in bash.bashrc file. Just go to the end of that file and copy all those things. Just paste it. Just save it. Okay, how to save it? It is given here only. So Control X is for exit and Control O is for write. So Control O, and then what it is asking. So if I enter, okay, enter. So it has written 128 lines, it is showing, and then press Ctrl X. That means it is saved. Now after this, just type this particular command, source space tilde sign, that is shift and tilde sign, and slash dot bash rc. So this command is telling you that it is going to be your source. I want to make it as source, so I am typing this particular command. So, source space tilde slash dot bash rc. Just enter. After this, now let's give the Java path to run Hadoop. So we are going to open one more file, that is hadoop-env.sh, and after opening this particular file we will just copy paste the Java path. So this is the file I am talking about. So in our case Java path is going to be this one, user lib jvm, and in jvm it is going to create a folder like this, Java with Java 8. You can check it here also. So if I go to usr folder, user, then lib, and here it should be jvm. So here is j, let's check, yeah, it is jvm, and see java-8-openjdk. So this is the path. So this path we need to give in that particular file, java-8-openjdk md64. So what I will do is I will copy this particular path, and then I will open this particular file and paste this path in that file. How to open that file? Again, sudo, just try to use gedit instead of nano. So sudo gedit slash user local. In user local we have copied Hadoop folder. In Hadoop we have etc folder. In etc again we have Hadoop folder, and then in this one we have hadoop-env.sh. So we need to open this particular file. So let's check whether gedit works here or not. Yeah, gedit also works here. Just go to the end of this file, or no need to go to the end. We need to copy the Java path. So export Java_home. So yeah, it's this one. Just comment it here and just type that particular path, paste it here. Export Java_home is equal to user lib jvm java-8-openjdk. So this is the path which I have copied. Just save it and close it. What it is showing is calling init failed. So let's again open it and we will check whether it is done or not. So yes, it is done. Export Java_home is equal to user lib jvm. So it is saved. Say save and then close. It is showing warning. What warning it is showing? Set document metadata file, setting attribute metadata gedit spell unable, not supported. But no problem, we have copied the required things in this particular file. Now the next step is we will open some configuration files and we will copy some code in those configuration files. So there are configuration files like core-site.xml, then hdfs site.xml, then yarn site.xml. So let's start with the first file. So the first file we are going to open is core-site.xml, and we are going to paste some code in that particular file. So all these are XML files. Just type sudo gedit, then the path, that is user local Hadoop. All these are configuration files. So what I am going to do is I am going to open all these configuration files and I am going to paste the required code in these configuration files. etc, then Hadoop, and then the first file is core-site.xml. So this name you should know which is the file where we need to paste the code, XML code. So just open it, and here we need to paste something. So what we need to paste is, just open our file, so yeah, so this one is done. Now Coursera.xml, so copy these lines. For Coursera.xml I have already written, just copy this 3 to 4 lines, go to gedit again and paste it here, then save it and then close it. That's it. So Coursera.xml is done. Now move to the next one. So the path is same again. After Coursera.xml, the next file is hdfs.xml. So for hdfs.xml, so you need to copy this code, go to gedit, paste in between configuration and configuration, and save it, close it. Go to the terminal again. So hdfs site.xml is again done. Now the third one is yarn site.xml. Again the same thing we need to do. So for yarn site.xml, copy these lines, this is a comment, just copy it, save it and close. And last one is MapReduce site.xml. So all these are XML files and we are just copying the XML code in those files. MapReduce site.xml. So before doing that, because we are not getting MapReduce site.xml directly, what we are getting is MapReduce mapred-site.xml.template file. So what we will do is we will just rename it. Before using this particular file, let's copy the MapReduce.xml template and then edit that particular file. So we will use cp command. So you can type cd sudo cp, then the paths user local Hadoop, etc, then Hadoop, and MapReduce files, MapReduce site.xml.templates path. Now I want to rename it as MapReduce. Same path I will use, user local Hadoop, then etc Hadoop. So I want to name it as mapred-site.xml. That is done. Now we will edit that particular file, and then we will copy the code. Again go to the text file, copy these 3 to 4 lines. Do not miss anything. If you miss anything here, Hadoop cluster will not be installed properly. Go to here and paste it, save it. So this was the last file. Then close it after saving. Go to the terminal again. So we have, what we have done till now is we have used all these configuration files and we have copied the required code in these configuration files. So those files were core site, HDFS site, yarn site and MapReduce site. Now what we will do is, let's create one directory where Hadoop will process the HDFS jobs. To create a directory we have a command mkdir, sudo mkdir -p. Now where I want to create a directory, user local, we will create a directory named as Hadoop tmp. This is the directory where Hadoop is going to process its HDFS jobs. So we are creating this directory, that is Hadoop underscore tmp. So that is created. Now next what we are going to do is, in Hadoop underscore tmp directory we will create some more directories. So in this we will create HDFS directory and then name node directory. So the meaning of this particular command is sudo mkdir -p. mkdir means make directory and -p means make this name node HDFS directory as directories and their parent directory is going to be this directory. So P stands for parent. So mkdir -p means I want to create this name node directory, this HDFS directory, and I want to make this name node and HDFS directory by using this local and Hadoop underscore tmp as parent directories. So just type this command and enter. So name node directory will be created. Similarly we will create a directory called as data node. So why we are creating all these name node and data node directories? Because this is the path where Hadoop is going to process its HDFS jobs. So after name node, let's create data node also. So that is also created. Now let's assign HD user the ownership of this particular folder, that is Hadoop underscore tmp. So to assign the ownership, we have already seen the command, that is chown. So type this command, sudo chown -r username is HD user. For which path, for which folder we want to assign the ownership, user local Hadoop underscore tmp. So for this particular folder we want to make HD user as the owner. Now what is the meaning of this R? chown means change the owner, HD user means the username. So meaning of this command is change the owner for Hadoop underscore tmp as HD user and do this recursively. Now what do you mean by recursively? Recursively means a folder inside a folder. There might be 100 folders inside a folder. So for all those 100 folders, HD user is going to be the owner. That is the meaning of this -r, means recursively. So enter. So we have made HD user as the owner of Hadoop underscore tmp folder. Now what is the next thing we are going to do is, we are going to format the name node. The command is to format the name node. Again just type HDFS, then name node, and -format. So yes, it is formatted correctly now. So after formatting it, just try to start the DFS, distributed file system. Start it. The command is start-dfs.sh. So it is starting name node, you can see it here. It is starting name node, then it is starting data node, and it is asking us, are you sure you want to continue? So let's say yes. So it is permanently added this number SSH, starting the secondary name node also. So after this, again start yarn. So start yarn.sh. So it has started the yarn daemons and resource manager and node manager. So ultimately what you should get is it should start all those 5 nodes: resource manager, node manager, data node, secondary name node, and name node. So to check whether Hadoop is correctly installed or not, just type JPS. JPS stands for Java Process Status. So what you are getting is node manager, data node 2, resource manager 3, secondary name node 4, and name node 5. That means Hadoop is successfully installed. So this is how you can create a single node cluster of Hadoop on Ubuntu 16.04 operating system. If you have installed Hadoop successfully, single node Hadoop cluster successfully, and if you type JPS, and if you get this, if you are able to see these 5 nodes, that means Hadoop is successfully installed. This is the whole procedure. Now what we will do is we will run a simple word count program, and we will pass some input to that word count program, and we will run it on HDFS. So just to do that, just go to desktop. Desktop is Yogesh's home folder. So go to home, Yogesh, desktop. So on desktop, create one directory. So sudo mkdir, create a directory named as data. So go to the data directory, that is cd data. Then create one file. For example, we will create a file named as, we will create a file with the help of gedit editor. Sudo gedit sample.txt, for example, and write down some contents in this file. So I will write down hello, hi, how are you? We are installing Hadoop single node cluster. Hello, India, India, India. So like this you can type some text, or either you can pass some other file also as an input to this particular word count program. So this is our input file, for example. Let's save it and then close it. So this input file we have created in folder named as data. After doing this, just type cd, go to the home folder, and go to user local Hadoop folder. User local Hadoop folder. Here, from here go to bin. In bin we have HDFS. Just type DFS -mkdir. It means what I am going. Whenever I type DFS, it means I am running distributed file system command with -mkdir. So what I am going to do here is I am going to create user, a folder named as user on distributed file system. So for that, this is the command. So yeah, it is created. Now after creating that directory, that is user on distributed file system, we will create one more directory inside user directory. The directory name will be ypm. So just enter. So ypm directory is created on distributed file system. So after creating that ypm directory, what we will do is we will put or copy. So dfs -put, either you put means to copy. So we will copy that particular input, that is sample.txt. Sample.txt file we have put it in data folder. So what we will do is we will put that data folder onto the distributed file system. So for that we are using a command called as -put. So dfs -put /home /yogesh. So we have created data folder on desktop data. In data folder we have our sample. I am going to put that particular data folder into the input folder on distributed file system. So what is the meaning of this command? It means what? I want to put this data folder in which I have created sample.txt file. I want to put this data folder onto distributed file system, and I want to name that folder as input. So after typing this, just enter. Okay, it is saying that input, no such file or directory, sdfs localhost. Okay, so it is not input, it is we have created a user /user, and then in this write down input, because we already created a directory called as user on distributed file system. So yes, now our data folder is renamed as input folder and it is being put on distributed file system. Why we are doing this? Because we want to run a Wordcount program on distributed file system, that is SDFS. After doing all this, type bin SDFS jar, then share Hadoop MapReduce. So we are going to MapReduce Wordcount program. MapReduce, there are a number of examples available in jar file. Jar means Java archive. So out of these number of files, we are going to run word count program. So just type word count, and I am going to run a word count program on this input. Whatever the input is there in input folder, I am going to run that word count program, and I am going to pass the input folder as an input to the word count program. And whatever the output that will be generated, it will be copied into the output folder onto the distributed file system. So the meaning of this particular command is run word count program, take whatever is there as input in this input folder, and whatever the output that will be generated, put that output into output folder. So let's check. So it is saying could not find or load main class jar. So the mistake is we should write down Hadoop instead of SDFS. So now it will take, because that jar is in Hadoop folder only, not in SDFS. SDFS is the Hadoop distributed file system, but jar is present in Hadoop. So now it will process the program. See. Now it is showing what other unable to load native library for your platform using wherever applicable. So bin Hadoop jar share Hadoop MapReduce, then Hadoop MapReduce examples 2.0 dot jar, and what we want to run is word count. Input is present here /USTR/input. So yes, now the path is correct and it is running. So it will first of all do the mapping and then it will reduce. So map 0%, reduce 0%. So first map will be done. So see, map will be done, map is done, and then reduction will be done. So we have done it correctly. So it is processed correctly now. So word count program has processed the input file, and let's check the output. So to check the output, just type bin /HDFS then distributed file system -cat. What I want to do is output. I want to see output. What is the what is in output folder? I want to see all the things in output folder. So yes, type star. So see, this was our input file and this is the output. So by was 2 times, cluster was 1 time, then yogesh word was used for 3 times, you for 1 time, Sachin for 1 time, like this. So this is how you can install single node cluster on Hadoop, and this is how you can run a simple word count program. Now if you want to check the user interface for the same, what you can do is you can open the browser and you can type localhost. So if Hadoop is running, then only you can see the user interface 50070 localhost colon 50070. So this is the user interface of Hadoop. If I installed Hadoop successfully, then only you can see. In our case, we already started name node, data node, node manager. So that's how you are able to see it. So this is the user interface, and here you can see live nodes, dead nodes, and other information. If you want to see the input file and the output file which we have created, you can see it here. Go to the data node. If you go to the data node, it will show you the operations. Now I want to go to utilities, browse the file system, and here from here you can browse the file system. Now this directory we have already created, that is USER. In USER we have this input file. If you want to see the contents of the input file, click on the input file, and for example I want to see the I want to download it. I can download, save it, then you can open it. So these are the contents of that file. And if you want to see the contents like this, okay, so these are the contents of the input file. So till the last 32 KB and fade. So first 32 KB, last 32 KB, you can see. Let's close it. And if you want to see the output file, you can go one step back. Here you will get previous. You can select, upload files, create directory, cut and paste. From here you can go to the path. Yes, so in YPM folder we don't have anything. Again go to USER. How you can browse the file system. If you want to see the logs, these are the logs. So these are the logs created. You can see the logs also. Type, so to see the GUI user interface of Hadoop, just type this localhost colon 50070. So all the information you can see on this user interface. Snapshots are there, the progress is there, and the file system. So in TMP directory you can check what is there in TMP directory. In TMP you have again one TMP, there is nothing. In USER you have SG user input and then YPM folder which we have created, and in this SG user we have output folder. So this is our output. You can see the output here, r-r-00000. If you want to see the contents, just type. So see, these are the contents. Same out. Yogesh was 3 times, Sachin was 1 time, me 1 time, like this. We have successfully run a simple word count program, and we have installed single node cluster on Ubuntu 16.0. So that's it. Let's close it. And we started the nodes. Now we want to stop all the nodes. So just type stop dash all.sh. So it will just stopping all those nodes, stopping name node, stopping data node. Then you should stop secondary name node, data manager. Secondary name node is stopping. Yarn daemons, resource manager. So all the nodes are being stopped, and the node manager is stopping. I think that's it. That is the last one. Yes, now if I type JPS, it is not going to show me all those nodes. So see, because I have not started those nodes. And again, if I go to the browser and if I type localhost : 5070, I will not be able to see the GUI because that is not being started. So that's it, friends. Thank you very much.